Okay, big problem here. See the tree? That tipped over a few months ago. Let me see. There it is. Black walnut. Gonna have to cut that down at some point. We're hoping this wind will knock it down. We'll see. Well, the wind's howling here. I got this tree leaning. Gonna be a mess. Been waiting a couple months for this to fall. Just doesn't seem to be happening. Of course, it's crazy windy now. So here we are, we're down in southeast Pennsylvania. It's the first week of March, kind of chilly, windy, big rain yesterday. So this is my wild lot here. It's 3.8 acres. This driveway easement is 50 feet wide. The lot is just covered in ash trees. Here's an ash here, dead as a doornail. Ash everywhere. None of these have branches at the top, so they're dead. And they're gonna drop at some point. Got a few oak trees in there. Hopefully they grow. I have underground utilities here. I'm just hoping these oak trees don't have a taproot that wrap around my my electric and my cable. Tons of poison ivy. Now my wife sprayed these last year with a Roundup, a glyphosate, and it really did a number on them. I think it actually killed the poison ivy. I'm highly allergic to poison ivy, so I feel that Roundup is better than taking steroids for the poison ivy, so it's a trade-off to me. A lot of deer in these woods here. They cross over right around here. And I actually have a piebald deer in here. It's not uncommon to see 10 or 15 in the front lawn. Everything is crazy brown right now. My wife, she keeps saying, well, I can see the property next to us. And there it is there. Which, it's kind of far away, it's not bad. But she's concerned that she can see it. I'm like, well, the only reason why you can see it is all the vegetation's down. In a couple weeks, this will all perk up, look a lot better. So, tons of juniper here. Just crazy amounts of juniper. I've been cutting them, using them for posts. Been replacing them with some trees. I'm going to mark off what's actually a good tree and what needs to be cut down. So, of course, the heavy rains started washing out some of the driveway, and that's gonna have to be fixed. Down along the house, we're parking there, but now I've got huge ruts. That needs to be fixed. This is where my dumpster was last year, this big square in the grass. We had a drought, so the grass never really bounced back after that. So I've got this huge square. Now the house we bought house and lot we bought about 12 years ago, and we had a tenant living here. When we bought the house, it was just infested with mice. The lady that owned the house previous had pot-bellied pigs that she raised out in the yard there, but she kept the feed in the basement. And the basement door had a 2-inch gap at the bottom, and she kept the feed down there. So it was like a freeway for mice. They just go in there and eat, and just crawled up through the walls into the attic. So I cleaned it out as best I could, and then we put the tenant in there, and he was happy for 12 years. And it's great about paying his rent and all, but he never told me that, like, the mice came back. So even though I fixed the door, they were coming in through the garage and climbing up the chimney. This used to be a garage, but I I renovated the house inside. So yeah, I had to take out all the insulation from the attic. And then when I was up there, I noticed they had eaten a lot of the wires, so I had to do a lot of wiring. It was just a big project. I've gotten it done in the past year, but now we're getting to the outside. And as you can see, it's kind of wild here. I did get some trees from the county. There's one there in a grow tube. They were giving them out for free, so I took a few. And then I placed an order with Musser Forest last year for some seedlings. So I planted those. Boy, this ground is like a sponge. So here's a seedling here. These are hornbeam, which are not affected by the deer. The deer just turn their nose up to them. So I'm putting them in here about every 5 feet. That's an understory tree, so it'll grow under all these trees. So now I did, as you can see, I did girdle a few of these. See that line going around them? I hit them with a chainsaw. I'm trying to kill them. I'm trying to grow apple trees here. So they get apple rust. So that's a oh, there's the white deer back there, way in the back. Let me see if I can zoom in. There she is, the piebald. You see that spot of white. Anyway, so you get apple rust, and they were just killed one of the apple trees last year. So I'm gonna have to spray some dormant oil on them. Just walking around here. There's some more trees I girdled. You can hear my feet squishing in this water. It's a mess. Oh, looks like my battery's dying. So we have some lawn. Here's the basement door where the mice were getting in. I replaced it. Lots of cardboard. I'm gonna make a fire and burn some of this brush. Over there is a pile of tree bark that my tenant left me. He was a world-class gardener. He had the most beautiful garden here. The soil is just so rich, but he left me all these wood chips, so I'm gonna push them into the woods. Now here's a few oak trees. Right here, they still have their leaves on them. I got those from Musser Forest about 10 years ago. I put them in, they were like an inch tall. And they've taken off, they look good. So I'll cut down the competition of the junipers, and hopefully all the other trees take off. We'll see. Made myself a little rifle range there. You can see the bullet trap. And then a little bench rest way down that fence line you can see. There's the dog. He's 15 years old. Our old house, we used to live in a 2-bedroom colonial. That had 5 acres, and he had like 2 acres that were fenced. So we fenced these in here. We fenced in about, I don't know, 5,000 square feet. So he's living there now. He's 14, so he doesn't get around that much. He's got a horrible bark. It's like a screechy bark. Yeah, he's getting older. Right, Chase boy? Yeah. Over here, I put in some of my cedar posts. Why not? They're free. And we've put in a little grape arbor we're trying to build. I pruned them up the other day. Whoops, it's wet. Pruned them up. They were living on these T-posts, and pruned them up and kind of going to try and train them up this little trellis here. Eventually we'll put like a curved arch from post to post and put some fencing on top there, and we'll train the grapes up there. I'm gonna have to put some kind of netting on there. Last year I had a flock of turkeys laying on these grapevines and they just ate every grape. So, yeah, it's wild back here. We're gonna build some fires, get rid of some of this crap, and clean this place up. I'm gonna put on a new deck because that deck's a mess. Get those grasses out of there. My kids want the grasses, so a lot of work to do. Subscribe and feel free to subscribe and we'll show you the progress.